and gentlemen, and welcome once again to the CD Racoola Show. Today's show, we're biting into one of my favorite films of all time, the 1992 film Bram Stoker's Dracula. Dracula is, of course, the second most famous vampire, besides yours truly. Isn't that obvious? This film had itself an absolute killer cast, featuring Gary Oldman as the Count himself, Keanu Reeves, ever heard of Keanu, as poor Jonathan Harker, Winona Ryder as Mina Harker, and Anthony Hopkins as Abraham Van Helsing. Oh, Anthony Hopkins, what a whore icon he is. That reminds me, I need to do an episode on Silence of the Lambs starring Anthony Hopkins as Hannibal Lecter. Let me jot a little note to myself here, and then we'll get back to Bram Stoker's Dracula. Note to self. Review Silence of the Lambs and refrain from inviting cannibal witch doctor over for a dinner party ever again. He tried to eat me with fava beans and a nice Chianti. Okay, enough with the tomfoolery. Back to Bram Stoker's Dracula. This movie sticks very close to the novel, written, of course, by Bram Stoker in 1897. Oh, 1897, what a year, what a time to be alive. Feels like it was yesterday. I really prefer that movies stick as close to the novel as possible, don't you? If a book has been wildly successful, don't break from the script. Sure, you can take some liberties here and there, but try to stay as close as possible to the novel. It makes us as readers be like, aha! I remember that part in the book. That also makes us feel superior to everyone in the room as well. And, we all like to feel important. We like to feel superior every once in a while. So just stick close to the novel, Needless to say, this was a great adaptation of an even greater novel. It stood the test of time, I think. There are so many scenes in this film that I just absolutely adore. When Jonathan Harker's locked in his room in Dracula's castle, and you see the Count, who appears as kind of a decrepit old man, and he's crawling down the sheer face of the castle walls like a spider or something. It's just so creepy. I also like the scene where his shadow is creeping around and wanting to attack Jonathan. It's kind of as though Dracula's shadow was playing out his inner thoughts that his body wasn't expressing, It's kind of just cool how they did that. I really liked it. But my favorite part of this film, and I think we all can agree on this, was the different looks Dracula had. He definitely wasn't tied down to one or even two looks for this film. He really played into the whole Dracula is a shapeshifter role and added kind of to his power and his magic. This definitely was not a vampire film in which the vampire was just some kind of mindless beast out for blood. He had some magical elements to him, that's for sure. And I've got a few magical elements to me also. Maybe you'll find out one day. You better hope you don't, though. Let's go through Dracula's looks in this film, just for funsies, shall we? The first of his looks, and my personal favorite, is his initial old man in the red robe look. That's what I call it, anyway. His hair was absolutely amazing, with the braided ponytail hanging down, almost like a creature's tail, like a crocodile's tail or something. I don't know. He was just embodiment of pure evil. Then you had kind of his werewolf look. That surprised me at first, but Dracula is known to change into a wolf in the myth, so it shouldn't have surprised me that much, to be honest with you. He even has a faithful wolf in this film, as wolves, bats, and rats are all creatures of the night that Dracula is known to have a kind of power over, of the children of the night. He kind of looks a little like a monkey, though, to be honest. A little bit monkeyish, whatever. Oh, by the way, these were all practical special effects. None of that CGI mumbo-jumbo, so I love it. I love it. Let me say it one more time. I love it. Then you had the young man Dracula, the haughty with a body, the guy who was going around London hunting for chicks. Really cool, stylish look, with the little purple glasses, the top hat, the cane, the whole 9 yards. Kind of an old school pimp look, if you will. Then he had, of course, the warrior Dracula, who had a little beard. Look at that little beard. But his armor was really cool. It looked like it was made of red licorice or something to me. Red licorice armor is what I call that. Then you had the giant bat Dracula. He was truly the most horrific of them all. We all know Dracula had the ability to turn into a bat, but if you were thinking of your everyday fruit bat, you're wrong. This was more like the size of a grizzly bear or something. Not something you want to be caught alone in an abandoned alley with, that's for sure. All in all, I cannot say enough great things about this film. It was equal parts horror movie and even some romantic elements thrown in there for all you softies out there. With Mina Harker being reincarnated, rather, as Dracula's long-lost love. So there were some romantic elements there for you guys. So it was loads of fun and entertainment, and I will be giving it high marks on the old scarometer, no doubt about that. Much respect for this film, and no, it's not because it's a vampire film. Come on, give me a break. I would like to take this time to thank you for joining me here on the CD Racoola Show, and if you could hit that subscribe button, I would be most grateful. And I probably wouldn't even swoop down from your roof and drain you dry when you're asleep, but no promises. Oh, please join me next episode of the show, and because I did Dracula today, I want to go ahead and do an episode on the film Dracula. That was an interesting and fun film. It really was, so be sure to join me next episode. So, till next time, my little blood bags, out there in YouTube land, just remember that I don't drink wine. This isn't wine in this glass, if you catch my drift. Ta-ta, my dears. Ta-ta.